Welcome back, everybody. Love the fact that we're being very consistent.
Okay.
I love the fact that I see these
That's
familiar
what
faces
Bye-bye.
getting on. It makes our job a lot easier to know that you guys are very engaged. This morning, we're gonna keep moving forward with some changing and some mindset methodology.
I like it. You do, right?
Methodology.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
not like compartmentalized.
it's not like compartment. I can never say that. See why you almost
What
know
did I
that?
say the other day, though?
I'm trying to remember what was the
You
word.
don't- Yeah, I can't remember.
Strategize? No, I don't know. Anyway.
Myself, whatever.
All right, guys. We're gonna talk about 7 areas to mastering your real estate business. Okay, this is a lot of the Jared James information. We want to unload it on you guys because it's great information. Look at Lynn with their background. How do you guys do all that stuff? I still need to learn how to do that whole background stuff. We need to do one with like a beach behind us or something. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the slides, Kristen. Let's show them what we got.
Got it.
Kristen, this is not my area of
I
expertise.
know, it's right here normally.
Did you lose it?
Well, maybe just go down and click on it and see if it pops up.
No?
Maybe click on the next one.
That's weird. How about? Okay.
Click on the first slide after this, the opening one. Oh, click on the bottom, right there, here. Okay. There was a thing down the bottom.
I saw it too. All right, guys, sorry about that. Having a little technical difficulties, but at least we're not gonna slap anybody in the face. Boom, boom, boom.
Although you never know.
I was about to say, those hands will
Get a little
go.
wild.
Bill Smith.
No.
I get all over with these hands. Guys, systems. We keep talking about systems. We keep emphasizing it. We keep trying to, shovel it in our business and our minds, but systems is key, guys. Diet is to fitness as systems are to growth. I don't see you guys, but I would say show of hands who believes in this because this is facts. Literally, diet is to fitness. What do they say? 80%. Kylie's a personal trainer. I've been in the fitness industry, although you can't tell. I know, I get it. 80% of what you put in your mouth is what really truly counts when you're getting into good shape. 20% of that really is just your exercise. So what does that mean? It's what you put in. It's what you comprehend in business. What you understand that in order to have growth, you have to have systems. Couple of examples. Drip campaigns. How important is it for drip campaigns in your business, guys? It's huge. It's literally huge. You have to have a system already developing for your future business. How to engage with people, how to touch base with people. Drip campaigns can now not only be emails, they can also now be for social media. That's how important it is for social media to be a part of your guys' business. Back in the day, when we were doing mailers, which are still good, I'm not saying don't stop doing that. Mailers are very important. What I'm just simply adding to the value of this is back in the day when we used to do mailers, that's when emails started being more aggressive and we started saying, oh man, we can actually get in contact with people through our emails as far as marketing and campaigns. So all these companies came out about, oh, drip campaigns and constant contact. Again, not saying not to do it. I'm simply saying that is awesome. But guess what? Now the future is drip campaigns and social media, brand platforms, right? Same with lead systems. Your lead systems are huge. What are lead systems, guys? Put the faces up. I want to ask that question. Who really does know what lead systems are? Don't be afraid.
The ones you buy?
Okay, well, no, I want to throw one out.
Go for it, Brad.
Because we talked about this yesterday, a few of us, when we were calling around. A lead system could be the letter that you send out once you get notified, and you send that letter, hey, I know that, in fact, I've got the thing right here. I'm not sure that we've ever met in person, but I want to make sure that you're aware neighbor's house came, and then you say the value of your home might have changed. That's a lead. And we were talking about this yesterday. That's not going to create your world. That's creating a new silo for you to have another shot at the plate to swing. And that's the reason why the systems are so important is that would you rather just play the first inning of a game, or would you rather play all 9 innings and be able to swing every time? That's the idea of a lead system and systems is it gives you more chances to swing at the plate. That's why the Jared James thing on the shaking out these leads, it just should be done because it's just another silo to create a lead.
So in truthfulness, a lead system, as Brett and Kay mentioned, because Kay is correct, you can also pay for it. It's out there. You can just, put your money out there and get these leads. But a lead system is a system that you implement to obviously bring in leads. It could be anything. It could be referrals. It could be the letters that Jared James and Brent have been mentioning. It could be any lead generating system that you put in place. Website, internet, referrals, organic, anything. But it's called a lead system, right? For a reason. You have to put these in a play. You got to put a system in play in order for it to start generating. Now, does that mean that everything that you put up there is going to hit 300? No, absolutely not. We're doing all these baseball, so I'm telling you, I'm going to stick with it. I love baseball. So you can bat 300. You're listening. Hey, it's that, in reality, I didn't realize this, but batting 300 is really only batting 30%. How crazy is that? 30% and you're a superstar.
Millions.
Now, we put that little theory in playing real estate. Anything you get out there, as long as you can get 5% back in return, you're hitting it huge. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Sorry, I'm getting hot. Think about that. 30% in baseball, you're in the pros, man. You're hitting big time. 5% in the real estate business of what you put out there and you get a return 5%, that is huge, right? Because if you look at the numbers, if you're out there reaching 100 people, what's 5% of 100 people? 5 people, right? And you're doing that on a monthly basis. That's 5 transactions a month. If your systems are operable or are running operable, that's 5 deals a month. That's 60 transactions a year. Am I correct? That's a huge amount of business, guys. To consistently reach out 100 people a month to get 5 people to really generate revenue for you. Simple, black and white, guys. Systems, follow-ups, right? Follow-ups is our next one. Go for it. Follow-ups. Consistency. Follow-ups to me, I want to identify, and this because it's a system that I preach consistently, guys. The work is never over as soon as the deal closes. If anything, it truly begins. The hard work truly begins once that deal is closed. Why is that? Why do you think that the hard work truly begins, or the real work truly begins, once that deal is closed?
Because you don't want to forget your client.
Exactly.
And you close the deal, so you push it over to the side, and now you're on to the next one. But you got to keep focusing on that old one because they're going to give you referrals.
Absolutely, Sean. And why do you think it's in the systems portion of our 7 areas? Because that's very important. You're talking about organic lead generation, which also under that umbrella falls in for referral business, right? Referral business is what really should be your biggest portion of your ROI. In other words, whatever you put out there, your ROI should be the referral business. It's organic. And what is the statistics state? 80% or something like that. It was 80% of buyers would reuse that agent, but only 13% are actually being utilized. And why? Is because they don't reach out and stay in contact with them. It's that whole theory of being out of sight, out of mind. follow-ups, staying consistently in contact and having a system in place to consistently stay engaged with your client, you know, year after year, even if they've already closed. Because that's the main part. Database and CRMs, we talked about this already. We literally have ingrained this. And when we talk about this, I mean, I'm gonna hit you cold turkey, right? Who here now has an efficient database or getting close to it? Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Sean, Joe. Joe, you're doing one of these, man. I appreciate your honesty. Kristen, Julia. All right. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, maybe.
I've got four, but
All right.
obviously into one.
I will say this again. It is very important that that database and CRM are ready, set, go. Why? Because you want to be able to be direct to consumer, guys. It's like Amazon Prime, not just Amazon, but Amazon Prime. When you press a button, that stuff's coming to you, right? That easy. That's what you want in your system. You want to press a button. I need to send this email to 25 of my top 10 or 25 of my top 8 prospects. And I know that I'm really working and they're engaging and all that. Boom, one press of a button, your information's out. Who has it like that? Seamless, frictionless, optimization. Am I even said
That's
that?
good.
Right? Guys, there's a reason why they preach this, is because technology has put us in a position where we can streamline a lot of this stuff to be able to do our general old school style in front of your face business, right? Meeting people, shaking hands and kissing babies is what I say, right? You have those systems, it's gonna allow you to do that. If you don't have those systems, you're gonna be running in a vicious cycle that literally you get 2 or 4 transactions, you're gonna be focusing so much on those. By the time those close, you're back to square one. I can't emphasize that enough, guys. People that have been in the business long enough understand. I'm sure Carol, Kristen, Lynn, Julia now, I mean, she's impacting, and you'll see this. Okay, you'll see, you can agree to this. It's, if you don't focus on future business or working on your business, it's gonna happen. Now, questions on systems, or do you guys understand the severity of having these systems in place and how fast you guys really need to focus on getting on top of this? Yeah? Cool. All right, questions on it. Or maybe somebody has a different point of view. Let's hear it. Or maybe a different idea. Let's hear it. Okay. Number 2. Social. Why do you think systems is number 1 and number 2 is social? Why?
Put it in your system to do it.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
I always do.
but it's like the top 2 things, right? Out of 7 things, or seven, I would call them 7 habits, or how to master it, right? As they stated here, the top 2 things that really go hand in hand is your system and your social branding. This is our era. This is the era. This is what it is. This is our industry now, guys. Direct access to consumer. How easy it is to go on social media and find out what's going on with somebody like that. Hell, the police, you know, I watch all those in my office. I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing. I know Kate probably gets tired of hearing this. I call it, trying to go back to, I call it my what do they call it? That noise, you know.
White noise.
Yeah, the white noise. I'm sitting there listening to like true crime and all this stuff. Well, you know, now police departments, you know, they're detectives when they're trying to figure out a case. I think they said like 70% of the time they focus a lot on social medias and that person or the interest, their social media, because it tells the whole story.
Story of their life.
I do it with clients now.
Yeah.
Especially if it's somebody I don't know. And, you know, it's like find a creeper.
But it's almost like you become this, oh, I need to know what kind of person this is, right? And, you know, you meet it, where do you go check? Oh, I'm sure they have a Facebook or that, or how about the whole, hey, do you know Bob so-and-so? He asked about you. No, I don't remember about, oh, what's about, whatever. I don't know, but let me look at, what's his name? Let me look him up on social media. Duh, right? How easy and accessible is that information right now online? Very. Scary accessible, guys, scary. But in our business, it's important we know who we're dealing with. So what do you need to do, right? You have access to everybody literally in your market. Oh my God, I don't think I've ever heard of one, maybe two people that I've known that don't have social media presence. One of them was a former CEO of a bank. Who cares that he doesn't care, but he's just a banker. So, you know, he's a numbers guy. He's not big into it. But even now, even executives in high positions are engaged in LinkedIn, right? Hire people that I'm talking about, even medical. Everybody has a social media platform. Direct access to consumer. I'm going to repeat that again. It's so easy for you guys to access these people, these potential clients, this referral source. You can even go as far as building a system or a group system into social media for you for your contact purposes only. Instant connection to personal details. If there's anything you need to know, you can find it on social media. And vice versa. Telling your story on social media. Getting out there, letting people know who you are, not only for real estate purpose, but so they know who you are as a person. And I'll be very truthful. I didn't really, now, when I went to Carol and Frank's house the first time I was invited to dinner on a holiday, I didn't really know the capacity of Frank's cooking. I did not. You know, I thought, oh man, you know, okay, great, they're cooking. Yeah. It's nice, have a great time. And then after that, and Carol started putting all these videos, like I'm like, holy crap, this man can actually really cook. It's not like, yeah, he knows how to cook out or he knows a couple of dishes. No, the man knows how to cook. I wouldn't have known that, literally known that if it wasn't on social media. So what does that tell me? I know now more in-depth information about Carol and Frank's and how what they do day to day and his passion of cooking and how his kitchen is kick butt or kick ass, right? You know, Sean's the dog rescue. Like, you don't see that stuff that engages you. Everybody can easily just put any post out there, guys, just to say that I'm posting. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting interaction or engagement, or if you're not throwing that information out there to say, oh man, I didn't know Julia took her kids on the weekend with her husband and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, everybody was, it's engaging. It's good to know a little bit other than the real estate business person of a Kay Roberts, but I like to see what Kay Roberts recipes, right? Like she's trying them out and we talk about it. That's engaging. Imagine having that engagement online when people asking you questions. Hey, I like that recipe. Have you made it? Right? And what are you gonna say? Well, I just threw it out there. No, she's like, yeah, I made it and it's actually good. Or you know what? It's okay. Right? Be honest. Do you guys make it easy to connect on social media with your clients, and how? Sean, go. You're muted.
I mean, I do. I post on Facebook and Instagram and try to interact. And what I've started to try to start doing is interacting with and commenting on people's posts so that I can get interactions back.
I love it.
I'm going to send you guys this. I had a really interesting, I was trying to find it on my phone, I couldn't find it, with a guy that has built his business from 0 to 150,000 followers in 5 years. And he sent me to this link that I'll send you guys to, but it's all about what you're talking about, Jose. It's all about engagement, interaction, and reaching up to people that and this works in the real estate business because there's people that we admire in the real estate business. You engage them, you become bigger in your algorithm, and then those people start following you and you have more influence. So I won't, I just couldn't, I thought I brought it with me, but I'll send that out to everybody here because it's a really interesting read. The guy that he sends me to that link from, the 150,000 follower guy, this guy it's the article, the guy that has the most followers in the United States. So it's his article. So it's worth the read.
Awesome. I want you guys to write this down. Thank you, Brent. That's good info. I want you guys to write this down, and I want you to think about what I'm saying, so that way you really understand what I mean by it. Okay. Your social media brand needs to have a friendly personality. You need to give your artificial intelligence a personality. You're gonna be like, man, what the heck is Jose talking? How much coffee or what's in his coffee, right? Listen, I know you can now, you guys are all experienced social media people. To some degree, you understand its functionality, you understand its purposes, and in some cases, I might even sound repetitive by telling you guys, oh, but branding and branding. But branding is one thing. Putting your name out there is one thing. But giving your social media a personality, and then on top of that, a friendly personality is awesome. What do I mean by that? If you go on social media and you look at some of these posts and so on and so forth, you're either gonna get a very confrontational type post, or you're gonna get something to engage in perhaps political sectors, right? Your posts, right, need to be in a position of engagement, right? So what other way can you get them to engage with you? One, by being friendly, right? Approachable, right? We're like, oh, I really don't know Sean that well, but he had a really cool post, and he's asking him, I'm gonna post on that and not feel weird about it, or not feel awkward. I don't really know Sean, I think he's only wanting his closer people that follow him to answer, right? If you really think about that kind of stuff, this is the stuff we're talking about, right? You need to give your brand a personality. What personality would you give your brand? What personality would you give your social media? Really think about it. Why do you think they're called radio personalities, TV personalities? Do you really think they're not there going for something for a viewership? Absolutely. Just like that business, that TV network, right? Oh, well, we want to see, oh man, that person, when they go in at 5 on the news, they got a great viewership. It's them, it's this, it's that. It all ties in, guys. Now we need to take advantage of that for our business. We need to give our brand or our social media literally a personality. Now it's your job to find that personality that's going to bring that engagement out of people. Now, you guys can sit there and say, man, this is way over. I'm in business to do real estate. My job is just to sell houses. I'm not a marketing expert. I'm not this, I'm not that. But remember when we talk about how many hats as a CEO you have to wear for your business? And one of them has to be marketing. And if you don't know marketing, find somebody who does. Sometimes you sit there saying, man, I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to begin. Well, you know what? The best investment you can make is within yourself, right? In your business. And if you don't know what we're talking about, or maybe it feels like it's a little over your head, because it is sometimes to me, you know what? Sometimes you got to go ahead and throw the white flag and say, look, that's not my field, but I need to hire somebody that knows that, to get my business to where I want it to be, so I don't have to focus on something that I'm not familiar with, so I can go out there and do what I do best, which is selling and listing. But you guys have to be to that point of understanding that your business does evolve or revolve around what the current times are, which is social media platforms, technology platforms, systems, right? Because this market's not getting any easier. It's getting, even every day it's getting harder, which means you have to stay above the curve, or ahead of the curve rather. How cool. We're leading into documenting, or talking about giving your social media personality, so on and so forth. Look what this next section says. Start documenting your life. You guys have remarkable, this is here. You guys chose a business, whether you're humble or not. You guys chose to be in a business where it requires that people understand who you are. Why is that? It's the biggest investment somebody makes in their lives. In some cases, the only biggest investment they make in their entire life. Don't you think they need to know who they're doing business with? Now, give you another example. And Neil's not here to attest this because he probably would say you're right. But I think a lot of you guys have a favorite restaurant, right? Or a favorite server, right? Or host, or you know, car wash place. I know Brent has a car wash place. Brent washes his car before the rain and even after the rain. That's just his deal.
Sometimes
During, that's his thing. But you guys have a favorite place, and there's a reason why. Whether you think about it or you don't think about it, it's there. Because there's a natural feel like, oh man, I love this place. Not only just the food, but the service is awesome. Why? Because you've come to familiarize yourself not only with the product, but what's around the product. Jared James literally said in our convention and in your class that he can literally go to anybody's market, and with the 5-month span, he'll beat anybody in that market.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that being cocky, arrogant, or just he knows what the hell he's doing? And maybe it's all three. But guess what? We're in an industry that we have to literally put ourselves above anything else and let everybody know what we do, because that's how we generate business. And guess what? Showing them who we really are also is a major component of how we grab that business as well. Does that make sense?
I think the other thing that, and Jose, you're getting to that is, you know, documenting your life. Some people think that just posting all the time does that. And it really doesn't. It's really, what are you posting? What will they think of you? Will they like you? Will they trust you? Will they want to do business with you? That's what the post makes. Will this post make people think I'm somebody they want to do business with? Will they want to trust me? Is it something they can use? Is it entertaining? So that's your thought process when you go into that social piece. That's your personality, is you want to be likable. You want to be somebody they trust. In the end, you want to be somebody that they think, I could do business with Kay.
And the only way they're going to get to that point is because they're going to feel comfortable with Kay once they know who Kay is. Yes, her capacity of knowledge and experience in the business is a major factor. But at the end of the day, they want to know they feel good with Kay. They want to feel good that they're dealing with someone that's professional. And not only that, but it has good values. And I've come to know who she is. So I feel comfortable saying, hey, go sell my house. It's the biggest thing I have. Please take care of it. Not my house, Kay.
Oh. I was right.
Write it down.
Contract
But
in my hand.
does that make sense to you guys? I'm not trying to drag, but those two key points are very huge for us, right? Start documenting your life. Make sure documenting your life makes sense. Use your judgment of how you can procure or spin what you have going on to surround yourself and letting everybody know what you do, but at the same time, who you are. This is the day and age of our industry, guys. This is it. It's not like the old days. It's even much more advanced where they can find out one way or another, they'll find out who you are, right? Why not throw it out there and be ahead of the game? Give them that added advantage to not waste their time. Give them that time-saving opportunity to find you because you're already giving it to them.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Sean and I have been working on some things that he just recently worked on was his bio, which I thought was amazing because he did a great job of, you know, talking about business, interjecting what he can do, but he also put things that are important to him. You know, he talks about his volunteering, he talks about his life, and that, I mean, it was a good thing for me too, because I changed mine based on what I read through Sean's, because, you know, it was like there's things I do that I don't even talk about in my bio. I made it too much business related, you know, and I like the fact that you throw some personal things in there or some, you know, community things and things like that, so that people do get to know you, you know, and it starts with a bio, you know, it starts with something they can look at on your website or something and, you know, come back to. So,
You guys both did an excellent job on your bios, because those bios, that's a free layup. You know.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
And it tells everything about you, and somebody can search you out from not even being in St. Louis and think, oh, I want to do business with Kay, I'm relocated. Those are free layups to tell you about the world about you. And if you do that well, wow.
so the Remax referrals too, when there's
Yeah.
an agent in a Remax organization that's looking for someone to refer to, or any other organization, really, they're reading those bios and they're, you know, I've had people say, you know, I picked yours because I feel like my clients could relate to you because of, you know, whatever. So it's important to make sure you have that. out there.
Absolutely. Guys, and I highly encourage you guys to please read Sean Reeser's bio, because if you're not updating your bio at least once a year, you're just saying, oh, I have a bio out there, and I'm at fault for it. I'll take full responsibility for me too, because I haven't updated my bio in a while. But literally understanding your market and understanding the business that you're in, you should literally be updating it at least once a year. Talk about what's going on or how you transitioned from COVID and what you did through COVID. I mean, talk about everything that you've done, but update it so that people know that you're up to date on everything that's going on in your market and talking about your accolades, who you are as a person. You know, my thing, to be realistic, my thing's like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Which I'm at fault. I need to update my bio. Because we've done so much in the past 5 years. What did you say? You're not the same person that you are last year, right? I'm sure you had a year where things happened that you can add that were positive, that you should be able to add or include in your bio. So please, really highly look at Sean's Reeser's bio. It's really well written. I really like how he engaged himself in his past life, in his current life, and what he does outside of real estate. It's awesome. And Kay did it as well, which is really cool. But updating your bios is very important, guys. That's like number one key thing here. It's a good way to engage with consumers. Also, don't be afraid to throw your bio out on social media on one of your posts, right? Don't be afraid. Throw it out there. Hey, guys, just want to let you know, I know you guys known me for 13 years. I've been in it for years. Let me give you my bio. Let me let you know what I've done over the past 13 years or 5 years or 1 year or 2 years or 20 for that matter. It's a great conversation piece. Marketing. Marketing. We're going to speed this up a little, guys. Those were two of the big ones that I wanted to talk to you about. Next page, right here. Direct call to action. Okay. Direct call to action. Branding. Think long term. You know, I was listening to a podcast, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and this guy was talking about marketing and branding and how branding is its own monster, and branding is not just putting your logo up there, not just putting, hey, I'm in real estate, but truly branding you and your services.
Branding's a feel.
Absolutely. Branding you and your services. Thinking long-term is perfect. If we would sit here and say, how do you base your future in business in the next, how do you see your next 5 years going in real estate? Let's simplify it, right? And what key points are you going to focus on to continue to succeed in your real estate business? I can guarantee you marketing is going to be one of them, or in this case, branding is going to be one of them. And your CRM and your RO, you know, your organic referral should be the other, right? Because branding is a key component to continue your business long term. Branding has to happen, marketing has to happen all the time. You got to be consistent, guys. Go back to their faces. You have to be consistent.
I will.
Thanks, sir. You have to be consistent. Do you guys understand? Or maybe give me your thoughts real quick before we jump over to health, because that's huge as well. Do you guys understand that marketing, right, is a huge component when it comes to the real estate industry, right? And if you want to understand it even deeper, look, just go online and say, Google, how to market my real estate business. And you're going to see all these companies selling their products. And before you know it, you're going to be getting all this stuff on social media saying, hey, you know, here's a site or a software you can use. Why? Because it's huge in our industry. When you can easily control it within yourself. Here's another thing I want you to write down, okay? And this is coming from a guy who does commercial real estate in Vancouver, Canada. He was at our RE/MAX convention, and he says, hey, how did you become, in 5 years, how did you become the leading sales agency for commercial business in Vancouver, Canada? And he mentioned, he said, we're not an industrial city. We're not. Were you sitting in that? I don't know if you were sitting in that one with me or not. And he's like, I don't know. But you know what helped me? I finally realized that Google pay-per-clicks is the way to go. He's like, if I'm going to invest money in actual hard dollars in marketing, and he's like, I'm a computer guy. He isn't one of those guys that understands the analytics and all that, because he is that kind of guy. That's where his background came from. But that's where you gain the most knowledge out of guys that were never in sales, never in the business of real estate, but they come from an analytical background where they did software stuff and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden they jump into a career they had no business being into, and then they're really successful. Because they just took what they know and added it to a business that's ever growing around that type of knowledge and information, and exploded. Google clicks or pay-per clicks can literally give you analytics on every single thing, where you're getting the leads from, what type of age. I mean, it breaks everything down. It's ridiculous. I give you for homework, research that, see if it makes sense to you guys. It's not expensive. If you guys are already paying for certain ad campaigns or certain things like that, add that Google pay-per-clicks.
You know who I thought you were talking about when you first started talking was a guy from Turkey who had found a niche in the labor market in Canada, but he was from Turkey.
Yeah, no, that's a whole different,
Oh, it's a whole different
animal.
He did find a niche.
But he did. What I'm telling you guys is Google pay-per-clicks, you can literally do anywhere you're at, and you can justify it in any market you're in. Any market you're in. Research it. Take my word for it. It might work for you, or you might like it, you might not, but at least research it. Take the time to research that. There's another golden nugget that I got from conference. Okay, your health. But just whatever you do before we go to health, just stay consistent, guys. Please stay consistent. Your health. As much hard work as we do, everybody can tell you right now, this business is not easy. It's very stressful. It's very demanding. Look, I'm only 17 years of age, and look how old I am. You know, or look how old I look. I wish it was the other way around. I started telling people that I'm 67 so I can feel good about myself. When people then look at me and they're like, oh my God, you look so good for your age. Oh, thank you. You know, that was always my go-to.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you? I'm 67. No way. Yeah, I look good, right? Yep. Oh man. Because if I tell my real age, they're like, oh my God, you look way older, buddy. Health. Guys, please take care of yourselves. This is a true moment. We joke about it, but the reality is, you guys are your machine, you guys are your engine, you guys are your CEO, you guys are everything. If you don't take care of your health, your business is what it is. It's what you can give it, and that's all it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So if you start having health issues, or you're not scheduling time off or vacations, please, you're not gonna be effective in your career if you're not healthy or mentally or physically in good shape, guys.
You are the commodity.
You are. And I say it jokingly because let me give you guys a bit of information. All right, go ahead and go back. I'm gonna do the whole let's get around and tell the truth about what's going on with one another. I'll start it, but stop sharing.
Okay.
And when I mean about health, it's important. Look, I've owned a gym. I thought I was considered an actual professional athlete, believe it or not. Right? Because it says it on my license plate. I was a professional fighter, right? You would think, oh, Jose's in great shape. No, this business, as successful as I've been, it has also taken a lot from me, which one of them is my health. High blood pressure, right? Type 2 diabetes, right? I'm 46, guys. You know, I can go down the list and I can show you and tell you all these health issues that come up. Why? Because I let this business, honestly, I let my success and I let everything around me get me into a position where I couldn't get out in a healthy state of mind. Let me be your first testimonial. Let me be your first eyewitness. Listen, it's never too late to change, but I can assure you, as successful you are, you also want to be healthy. There's that whole New York, the New York Times where they do the little comic things. And I always remember the one thing, pigs get fat, the hogs get fatter. And they always use this guy in a tuxedo, this pig in a tuxedo, because the wealthy get wealthier, right? The whole theory. But to me, it's like, no, they're right. The more successful you become and the more money you make, the less you give a shit about your health, right? Because you're putting your business in front of everything and everybody. Please take that in consideration. Take it from my words, you know, from my experiences, you know, at 46 years of age with health issues, I wouldn't recommend it. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family. Give yourself the time off that is needed, guys. This business is gonna always be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it could be like a mountain of stuff if you allow it to. Simple balance, guys. Simple balance, make a balance. The more healthy, the more physically stable you are, the more mentally stable you are, the more effective you're going to perform in your business anyway. You know, it's like having a well-oiled machine. I mean, Chris Garrison, right? You guys saw that at the awards. Chris Garrison, good dear friend of mine, passed away from a heart attack at 29, 30. Okay. Food for thought. Financial. We're going to financial. Any questions so far, guys? I'm sorry, we're going to infrastructure. I mean, I can't even explain this even more clearly than what it states here. Your physical and organizational structure needed for your operation is so important. Know your stage and structure for this stage, right? A parent now with kids in the house versus preparing to retire, basic structure and services upon which the rest of your business is built. I mean, we've said it before, having your foundation, right? Making sure your foundation is in place. It's absolutely crucial to make sure your foundation's in place so that you can build your business and your family, build, you know, all at the same time. Making sure you're taking care for your family is a system at home. You should have a system for your business, guys. Financial. It's not about what you make, but how you spend your money. We just talked a lot about that, right? Return or ROI. How do you invest in marketing? If you have to get somebody to market for you. Be cautious and very conservative on how you spend your dollars into your business. Your business, look at this. This is crucial. Your biggest investment will be yourself. Take the class, build your systems, create the marketing, and stay constant. I think that all speaks for itself, guys. Number 7, mental. I think we're all mental, being in this business, but we love it. If you're gonna fall forward. I love that. It's so simple to, if you really think about it, if you're going to fall forward, man. Because no matter what, you're gonna get up anyway, whether it goes back, forward, sideways, right, left. If you're gonna fall forward, because no matter what, you're gotta get up. You're gotta get up. When a deal falls apart, you cannot allow it to consume you. When I started in this business, man, I almost had an anxiety attack when my first deal went south. Because I didn't know how to react, I didn't know how to engage, I didn't know, it was all crazy. Don't let it eat you up, man. Move on to the next deal. That's why you're working on your business and not always working in your business. So you should already have stuff going in the pipeline, guys. A negative mindset becomes a negative business. Go back to the faces. I want to say that again. A negative mindset becomes a negative business. How true is that? Think about it. You can have a really bad, shitty day, waking up, man, oh man, my kid, bumped my car on the way out of the garage, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case, oh, my kids spilled, my coffee on me, anything. And if you carry that negative mindset throughout that day, doesn't that carry on? Don't you feel like everything now at that point is negative? Don't you feel like, oh man, now this, oh now, man, this is just day went for crap. Right? Same with your businesses, guys. Your businesses are set to be not only a functioning system, but a positive system. And put it like this. You want positive cash flow or negative cash flow? What do you want?
Positive.
Exactly. So carry your business in that mindset. Be positive, right? People want to hand you that signed listing contract or that signed buyer agreement because you're positive and optimistic and you're saying that we're going to do it. We're going to make sure that your house sells. We're going to say we're going to find you your house even though it's a competitive market and we got to probably put 30 contracts in, but we're going to get you the right house. But we're not stopping because we believe in this and we're believing you and we want you to be successful. Tell me, what agent's gonna go there to an agent and say, well, or a buyer say, man, I don't know. Oh, good luck. I don't know what we're gonna do. You know how crazy this market is, but you got a pre-approval for 400,000, but I don't really know we're gonna find you anything. I know you're excited, but I don't want to get your hopes up. I don't want to. Wouldn't that ruin someone's experience of the buying process, right? It's our job to show them, because we're experienced professionals in our industry, to show them that there is going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. And it starts with you guys. Any questions on today? I know this time I did a lot of the talking, but these were a lot of interesting key points. I want to run down real quick, 1 second. I'm going to name this out. Brent, and you guys do a great job every morning in discussions on how everything is moving along. Here are some notes that all these agents on this call are doing with their accountability partners. Sean and Kay have been working on their websites, right? They worked on getting a newsletter done for April. Sean helped Kay with a new bio. Okay, Neil, 3 buyers in contract submitted and not accepted, but still looking at commercial property. Neil's actually going to check out Russ Miller's buyer assist program. So if you guys are interested in understanding that, get a hold of Neil, he'll tell you. Julia, she worked on her taxes. She had a lot of stuff going on, but she's jumping right back in the mix and she's going to start putting some action on her marketing campaign. And she's going to look at the Jared James marketing approach. Kay had a great bio, had 2 closings last week. Kay, knock it out. She's going to have 2 more this week or today, actually, right? Today she had one already. 2 listings appointments this week. Remember, everything that we do, guys, to get you guys to the point where you guys feel comfortable going out there, showing property and listing it. That's systems. Way to go, Kay. Kylie, Cam and Grace are under contract. That's her buyers. Have new client that moved to Montgomery Bank to a pre-approval letter. She got them pre-approved. So she's on board there. Joe, still looking for son's house or condo, strategy direct lender to condo complex, which is a great idea, Joe. Highly recommend sending out those letters to that condo complex, seeing if anybody's interested to sell. And working on your CIM, looking at 5 properties. Steve, he's not on the call, which Kristen's not here, but let's make sure we get a hold of Steve and hold him accountable on why he didn't show up on the call. But he's got investors looking to buy property. So if you guys have anything off market that might be coming up, that it might be more of an investor suitable property, let them know. Carol coming out, she's getting re-engaged this week. She's got some stuff tying her down, but she's getting re-engaged this week and she's making it happen. I'm going to call Carol personally on Friday and see what she's got going on. Right, Miss Carol? You know me, baby. Jamie, working on website, building out community pages for around in the city. Awesome. Everett, we left a message. He's texted back, said he's gonna be running late. He might not be able to make this meeting. Kristen K worked on website, building community pages with Jamie. Awesome, Kristen. If you're still on, good job. And two legitimate bar leads came through the booze. Hear that out, right? She got 2 leads from booze, guys. That's a good start. And Sarah Upstead is in big moving mode, so she's trying to get her house sold. She already has it under contract. Sarah Upstead actually at the gala got her contract, her own home under contract with $30,000 above list price, cash, no inspections, no appraisal, no bear, nothing. Close in 2 weeks. I think she closes it this Friday.
Yeah.
So way to go for her. Awesome. Guys, I want to continue to congratulate you guys, and not only that, but thank you for being consistent on this team training, okay? I know it's not easy, but I highly encourage you to really take this information and work and use it. Use it. Keep moving that ball forward 1 yard at a time. You guys don't have to freaking try to go through the, throw the Hail Mary pass every time. Just move the ball forward 1 yard at a time. Okay? It makes a huge difference. Stay consistent, stick to your patterns, and make it an awesome week. Thank you, guys. Any last questions? All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys again next time. Take care.